I used to think I was introverted, and I was super quiet unless I was comfortable. And one night, my friend and we went out and we bumped into two of his friends, and we were there. I introduced myself. I was like, yeah, good to see you guys. And then, guess what I said for the next 20 minutes? Absolutely nothing. But sometimes I would be with my friend and I was already really comfortable with him. So whenever we would meet, I would talk non-stop for like hours straight. I would find it so easy to talk to this guy. But now it's obvious that I was an extrovert all along, bro. But I just had no idea until I made any friends. And here's some photos. By the end of this video, I will show you how to make friends regardless of if you're introverted or not. And also I'm going to explain to you when I realized that I wasn't actually introverted. By the way, bro, if you want my personal help in making more friends, click the link in the description now. But bro, you might still not believe it's possible to make friends as an introvert. Well, I want to tell you this story because I was with my friend once and it was just like a phone call actually. I was eating dinner and she was talking to me. She was in real life with her friend and both of them were calling me and she was absolutely carrying this conversation. I was the one who was like running out of things to say and she was like making all these jokes, making all these funny statements. And another time I was in person with her and her friend. So it was three of us and she was still carrying, bro. She was making all these jokes and I was just like there like awkward as fuck. And she was more social than me, but she's a maximum score introverted. Maximum score, you know how you do a test? Well, one day we did one. We're on the phone, we both did a test. I was maximum extroverted and she was maximum introverted. And that's when I realized being an introvert is bullshit. And it was just my excuse so that I didn't have to try to make friends. Because when I thought I was introverted, I would literally just stay at home all day and play video games. And that was during online school, but during real life school, I would still go to school, but when I would go to school, I was so sleep deprived that it was hard for me to be social at school. And then I would get home and play video games and what else did I do? I'd stopped playing cricket in my big group. I'd stopped playing sports. I wasn't meeting anybody at this specific time and no wonder I wasn't making new good friends. But I changed one thing and my entire life changed. I asked myself this question: when's the last time I talked to somebody new? And that's when I realized I need to leave my house more because talking to new people isn't gonna happen if I'm just sitting playing fucking Fortnite. Fuck me, bro. Funny thing is, just this quick side point, video games fucking suck now. If I had a choice to go out socially or play video games, I would never pick video games in my entire life. But yeah, let me move on. So you might be wondering, what's the best place to make good friends? It's simple, bro. I used to go and play tennis every week with like 30 people and guess what? I made a lot of friends because they were all my age. That's what happens in sport. I was in this cricket group and guess what? I made friends my age. Because when you're doing something together, when I was playing tennis with these guys, when I was playing cricket with them, it was easy. Oh, what did you think about the bowler? Oh yeah, what did you think about my six when I hit that massive shot? It's easy to talk about what you're doing and because you have something in common, it's actually really easy to talk about. Sports groups are great. There was this other time, I was walking to do my set on the fucking bench press and there was this guy there and he was like, hey mate, how you doing? And we shook his hand and he was like, good to see you here, bro. I've never seen you here before. And he was like, good job coming to the gym and putting on some muscle. Well, I had no muscle, bro. I'm not fucking monstrously jacked right now or anything, but I had nothing. I was bones, bro. Absolute bones. And he was like, yeah, good job, man. You're getting big. I was fucking so skinny too. And so it taught me that you can meet super kind and supportive guys in the gym. And like, that's not the only example of that. I met like 10 other guys in the gym, so many people, and they're always so nice and they're always dedicated. They're doing something with their life. Anyone who goes to gym is 90% of the time doing well in all other areas of their life. So bro, I've got a question. Are you actually gonna take action on any of this? Because I've given you so much information. I've explained to you why I thought being an introvert was bullshit. Absolute bullshit. And now you have all the information in the world. I've taught you where to go. I'm about to teach you how to start more conversations. But you can't make any progress if you keep staying at home. If you don't go in, there's somebody your age. And in school, you can try that. But how's that working for you so far? Have you been doing that already? So bro, if you genuinely want something to change in life, go on your computer, figure out where there's a gym or where there's a sports club and just show up. It doesn't even matter. Don't even book a membership. Just show up for one day. ask for a 1-day pass, a 1-day trial. Go to the sports club and just like say, oh yeah, I'd be interested. Just show up once and you'd be surprised how far that takes you. Because I used to think this quote was bullshit, but it's like 90% of achieving something is just showing up, and it's so fucking true. So just do it, bro. No excuses, man. You'll honestly really enjoy it when you play a sport, especially with a group of people. It shouldn't be something that you need to talk yourself into. It should be something you should be excited for. If you still need my help, or if your brain's coming up with some reason to like not do this, or if you're not doing this, if you're not doing this, reach out to me and we're gonna work together and I'm gonna find exactly what the cause of this problem is. If you want that, click the link in the description now. But there's a fucking shortcut. Before I tell you how to start more conversations, I want to share this with you. Because one night, I messaged my friend. I was like, yo, let's meet up 6 p.m, bro. He came out, we got some dinner, we had a fucking blast of a time. I actually had one of the best times. Actually, it wasn't one of the best times, but it was just a really fun night. And we were going out, we were going to a lot of places, and I introduced him to so many people. I introduced him to this group of lasses. To be fair, I had met a bunch of guys on that night, and we were rolling with some of them because some of them were my friends. I was introducing him and everything. We were having an amazing time. He met so many people that night, and it was amazing for his development. In fact, I think it's the fastest he's ever become more social, because by coming out with me, it was fucking set in stone that he had to talk to more people, and he probably progressed more than he would have in months by himself. So you're wondering, how do I start more conversations? There's a fast method and a slow method. I'll get back to the slow method. The fast method. Everyone wants to hear the fast method. So there's this one time where I was going out. My holiday started on a Friday and it ended, well, I'll get to that later. But my holiday started on a Friday, and then I went out on Saturday night, had a really big night, met up with a few friends, and there's this place where everybody my age goes. It's hundreds of people. So I went there. Then the next night, like the next 5-6 days until the next Saturday, I'd been like planning gym meetups. I'd been like, yo, let's go do this thing. And like I was at this time, bro, I was genuinely struggling, because what I didn't tell you about the first Saturday is it was so awkward. It was so hard to start conversations with people. I was so scared of conversations going silent. But I kept getting better as I kept meeting more and more friends. I felt like a difference. And the next Saturday, the first few hours was fucking horrible. I got rejected. I felt so awkward in conversations. I felt like shit. And so I went for a walk. I went to grab some water at 7-Eleven. I bumped into 5 of my old really good friends from one of my old schools. And we fucking had a great chat. It was really good to see all of them. We all were vibing. They were like, oh yeah, it's good to see you. They gassed me up a bit. There was this girl and I was talking to her for a while. I'm not gonna get into any details. I ended up walking back to the venue, and after all this time, it felt like just on the night, it was just going a bit shit, and then suddenly it went amazing. And when I say it went amazing, I actually had the biggest blast of a time. I was getting into conversation super easily, social flow effortlessly. I was having a fucking amazing time. If you were there, you would have seen it. It was like a magnet of the fucking event. Everybody was like pulled towards me. I was just getting in so many great conversations and meeting and talking to so many people. And it was one of my favorite nights of all time. But in hindsight, it wasn't like me going through those 3 hours on the night, having a shit night, and then it suddenly got good. That's not what happened at all. What really happened is the Saturday before, when I went out. The Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, when I was calling more people, going to the gym, getting out of my house, going on the beach every day, training every single day, organizing to meet up with different friends every single day. Maybe not necessarily the training, but the part where I was getting around my friends and getting more comfortable being around other people. That is when everything fucking changed for me. And that next Saturday night was amazing. Bro, I remember that night till this day, because so much shit went down. It's definitely not for a YouTube video to be talked about, but so much fun. And that only happened because I put myself out there. And by the way, I used my own shortcut. I went out with a super social friend. We went to this place where there's like hundreds of people my age. So perfect. We ticked 2 boxes. The shortcut with a super social friend. So inevitable that I'm gonna get in a lot of conversations. But I used to be social, so I knew a lot of people who were going there. And so even I was like super social, but I was still struggling. And what does that teach you, bro? Even the most social guy could still be struggling. And that's why I make these videos, that just help everybody. Went to a place where there's hundreds of people my age, and I started being out non-stop. I went to this area 2 weekends in a row, and I was also going out and seeing my friends. It was quite a while now, so I vaguely remember it. But I was going to the gym, I was hanging out with my family a lot, hanging out with a lot of friends. It's really hard to recall, but I was genuinely being really social. And it paid off. 100% it paid off. So bro, the last method, I'm sure you've been waiting for it. It's if this feels a bit hard, like, just go out all the time. I put this right at the end because it's the slowest thing. It works, but it's fucking slow. And one day, how I learned this is, one day I was talking to my friend and he said to me, "Oh bro, I used to fucking struggle so much making better friends." And I said, "Yeah, fuck, I've noticed that, and you've become so much more social." I was like, "What changed?" And he said to me, "I did something very specific. Every day I would go out for a run, and this is not part of the process or anything, but it's just coincidentally, he'd go out for a run. There would always be people on this track where he was going. And so he would talk to everybody he saw, but not immediately. What he did first he just smiled as he ran past. He held eye contact and smiled, and for him that was hard as fuck for a few days. But then it was easy as fuck, because after a few days, after a week, you just smile. You're like, fuck, that's easy now. You really move on, get better fast for a lot of people. And then he started saying hi, which was hard at first, but he just kept doing it. Eventually it was easy. Then, "Hey, how are you?" Eventually got easy. At first difficult, then it got easier. And then he just started having longer conversations, and he brought that just even from him running. He brought that into his whole life. He applied that mindset, and whenever he could, he would be trying to talk to people. And he made amazing progress with that mindset. So I wanted to share it with you, because I've done similar things, but I thought that the way he described it, the way he did it was so fucking perfect, because he went from being such an antisocial guy to being social. So I wanted to share that with you. I know that it will help you. If you have any questions or want more help, click the link in the description now and we'll talk about it. Have a great day, bro.